Hey everybody, welcome. Zary here again. First off, I'd like to apologize for the delay. I've had some little bit of a health issue. Flu season is not kind to me and my immune system is not the best. So I've kind of been down and out for a little bit. So I am back at the roster reviews, kind of sitting around the hospital, not doing too much. So I will be fine though, so nothing to worry about. Been a crazy week for us, month. Territory Wars came out. Dark Side Territory battles. So we're going to get right into it, guys. And I am reviewing DarthTyrannus. He's been very patient with me and understanding of my plight. And I'm really looking forward to doing this review, so we're going to get right into it. Now, the first thing we are going to get into here is his arena team. He is currently using a Zal lead with EP, Nihilus, a Xylo, and a Savage. As always, the roster review for your arena team comes from the one and only Super Zen. Okay, so Zen wants me to let you know that your team is good, but it could be better. There's a couple things we need to work on right away to improve this team. So let's get into that. So the first character you need to work on here is your Sith Assassin. Once you get your Sith Assassin to gear 11, you're going to replace Emperor Palpatine with Sith Assassin. Alright? She brings a lot to the table. She needs to be fast. She ignores protection, and she taunts. She speeds up your whole team. It's kind of like the Jawa Engineer for droids, but she is the Jawa Engineer for Sith. Alright? So you're going to work on gearing up her star level and her gear level. Put some mods on her. She ignores protection. You just pretty much want to focus on fast. Just speed secondaries, arrow with a speed primary. The second character is your Grand Admiral Thrawn. Now, when Thrawn is ready at gear 11, you are going to replace Xylo. That'll make the perfect dark side team, according to Zen. Okay. But you said you had 2 Zetas waiting, and we're going to get into your 2 Zetas, but your first one you should use is on the ebb and flow for Thrawn. Alright, Thrawn has a 50% counter chance and 50% tenacity and negative 50% speed when anybody is fractured. Alright, whenever another Empire ally uses the special ability, while Thrawn is active, he gains 15% turn meter, and if any enemies are fractured, Thrawn loses 15% turn meter. So that'll help out your team greatly every time Thrawn is attacked, because when you fracture someone, people go for Thrawn. So he has a 100% counter chance at that point, and he actually has a very heavy base damage, basic damage output. So you're going to speed him up. He is going to be speed with some critical chance in there, so he can crit on those counter chances. Now for the current characters you're running on the Zal, the cross needs to be protection or offense. They should be critical chance, critical damage mods. Triangle should be critical damage. Decent speed is okay. He doesn't have to be the fastest tune, but his critical chance must be high. So you want critical chance secondaries, critical chance, critical damage, and then again, the cross is either protection or offense, and the triangle is crit damage. Now for your Emperor Palpatine. He is the stunner of your team. You need speed and potency mods. Cross must be potency. Triangle protection. Alright, and you need to replace him as soon as you possibly can with your Sith Assassin. All right. And if you're going against a Zeta Han, he pretty much can one-shot him in the beginning of a fight. Next, we're going to your Savage. All right. Your Savage, who is Zated. You want health and tenacity mods. The cross should be protection. The triangle should be protection. Speed is not important for Savage. He is there to strip the debuffs off your opponents. He really doesn't have to be fast. And the other reason why you want Sith Assassin is she ignores protection. She can do the lightning bolt move right off the bat and maybe bring down your health to the yellow. And if that happens, your Savage can come in and do his like pummel move. They call it the alley-oop. You know, she throws out the stun, brings him down to half health, and then Savage comes in and cleans it up. So with that 1-2 combo, you can take a guy out maybe in the first move or two. Definitely huge for you. Now for your Xylo, all right, you want offensive mods and health mods. The triangle should be offense, the cross should be protection and offense. And you want him to have decent speed. Once you get Thrawn gear 11 and Zeta, his unique, you're going to replace Xylo with Thrawn. So there's really not a big focus on him at this moment. He can be one of the last characters you do. He will suffice for you right now. And then your last character you're currently using is Nihilus. And you said you had 2 Zetas. So my first Zeta recommendation was for Thrawn with his ebb and flow. His second one, and you should do this one immediately, is the Wound in the Force. At the start of each turn, Nihilus afflicts damage over time for 2 turns on a random enemy. That enemy does not have any debuffs. If all enemies have debuffed, inflict damage over time on a random ally. Now, what the Wound in the Force is going to do is, when they start their turn, they're going to get that debuff. It makes his Drain Force, which is Drain Force is key for his Annihilate, which is the whole reason he's in your team. He makes those cooldowns increase, and then he gets his Annihilate down faster, and you don't have to worry about getting those debuffs up as fast as you possibly can, because automatically they're going to start. And especially on CLS teams, he can cleanse all debuffs. He'll cleanse his debuffs, and then before he goes again, pops right back up. So it's going to help you out. Do that one first. Thrawn's unique second. Those are your 2 Zetas to answer one of your questions off the bat. So DarthTyrannus, you're currently sitting at the arena rank of 197. With the changes that Zen has made, believe me, he's helping me with mine. I was dropping to between 20s and 30s every single day on my arena. I asked Zen for some help with my mods. He changed some things up. I don't fall below 11 now. So 2 moves, I'm back up at number 1 at my payout. This should get you easily into the top 50. It's a very solid team, very hard to fight. So just work on that. And remember, your arena team is your number 1 priority simply because of the crystal payout. So you have two Zetas waiting to go. Boom, there they are. Put them right on right now. Now we're going to move on to your ships here. Now, with ships, you're running a Grand Moff Tarkin, the Executrix Lead, which I like. Very viable. The TIE Advance, the Scimitar, the Slave 1 with Biggs, and the TIE Fighter Pilot. Alright. Couple things you need to work on right away is you need to get 5-dot mods on all your pilots. Junk 5-dot, max them out to gear level 15, invest some credits, boom. The other thing you want to do is you want to finish farming these guys as fast as you can. You've made a real strong push for Zetas, which is great, but use some of your fleet currency to get Slave 1, the Scimitar, Finish off your characters, get them to 7 stars. It really, really makes a difference, and it will really, really help you out. Now I'm going to make some suggestions for your ship team, and when you're running the Executrix, alright, you should have Empire ships, but some of your Empire ships aren't the strongest, and what you want to do is you want to get that target lock down, because like I've said in multiple videos, you want the Executrix to get to his mass barrage of TIE fighter pilots. So you need Wedge to be maintained as much as possible. So you're going to keep your TIE Advanced in your starting lineup. You're going to keep your Imperial TIE Fighter in your starting lineup. You're going to keep Biggs in your starting lineup. But what you're going to do is you are going to input your Ghost and your Phantom. Okay, and here's why. Your Phantom has a crew ability from Sabine that inflict target lock on enemy for 2 turns with a 35% chance to inflict another target lock. Guaranteed target lock. That's why the Phantom's going to be in there. And it's a good ship. It actually does a lot of damage. It brings up the critical chance on your move from the unique from Ezra. Alright, deal physical damage to the target enemy with a 45% chance to grant all allies critical chance up for 2 turns. Huge. Going to help you out a lot. And then your Ghost. What your Ghost is going to do is you have a crew ability from Zeb that inflicts defense down and exposes target locked enemies. And it can't be resisted. The Ghost also gains 10% turn meter when that enemy is exposed. Exposed is more damage. The Ghost also has an AoE. Deal physical damage to all enemies and deal 10% bonus damage for each stealth rebel ally. Which the Hera move is the Ghost and the target ally gain stealth for 1 turn. Then call target ally to assist and 1 buffed rebel ally. So Wedge will already have his taunt. You're going to put that onto the Phantom. Phantom's going to go stealth, and you're going to call in 3 ships. It's going to help you out with your damage. Now what you want to do is with both these ships is you want to sink a little time into them. Okay, you want to finish starring them out, and you want to get those special abilities from your crew up. You're only at level 3 now. They want to get them as high as they can possibly get. Then for your first backup slot, you want the Scimitar. Scimitar is going to come in and stealth everybody. That makes the Ghost's AoE that much more powerful. So it'll help you out there with some more damage. And a little bit of survivability. Second backup slot, you're going to put in your Slave 1. Your Slave 1's going to come in. You should have target lock kind of all over the place. And he can come in and do his mass barrage of missiles. Plus he gives you the AoE. Very, 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 very good ship, but not in the starting lineup. It's kind of weak right off the bat. Bring it in once you have the target lock galore up. Now, based off your current lineup, your third slot should be Wedge. Wedge is just a strong ship. He can come in. He gives you some rebel synergy with the other rebel ships you got. But I have some suggestions for you for future to work on, kind of farm, to put in there. First one you could start working on is your Umbaran Starfighter. He comes in, he kind of gives you a secondary tank. The more target lock you have up, the more his mass barrage of missiles, the missile pods do. The other one is Biston's U-Wing. He stealths. When he is in stealth, it gives you more damage for the Ghost. Also, his basic can't be avoided, so you got that pesky Imperial TIE Fighter that's dodging everything. You go into stealth, you can start taking him down. And then the third would be your First Order TIE Pilot. It's a hard farm for the character, but he is great because he can attack up to 3 times, and then his special, he can just use over and over again on target locked enemies. It really gets you through. So those are the 3 to work on there. Now, DarthTyrannus, you are super focused. You know what you want to do. So we're kind of going to go into some characters to focus on. All right, and then we're going to go into some raid teams, and we'll wrap it up. Now, everybody's top focus in this game right now, whether you want to use them or not, and you don't have them unlocked, but it looks like you're ready to unlock them, is CLS. CLS is great for raids. He can be used in the Phase 3 of the Heroic Tank, paired with R2 BB-8 and a Zeta Han. They can do some massive damage in Phase 3. Put in a tank, maybe an old Ben, and you're looking at massive damage. If you got them modded right and geared, you can probably do 2.5 million, up to 8 million I've seen with that team. So, first one there is CLS. Second one is your original gangster, Han Solo. Han Solo needs critical chance, critical damage mods. You need to Zeta. You need to Zeta his shoot first. You will not regret it. It is a great Zeta. Top 3 Zeta for me. He is just a massive mauling damage dealer who can blow through people in 2 shots. So you're going to focus on him. He is worth every penny, and he's really not that bad to gear. In the grand scheme of things, for how powerful he is not that bad to gear. Now, I notice you don't even have him unlocked. Is your Captain Han Solo. You need him for the light side territory battles, which helps you get Princess Leia Organa. But if you ever decide to go away from your Sith team, he is a really viable option in a Rebel team and a CLS team. He does pretty good damage, but he also has that revive capability. Bringing back a CLS, or bringing back your General Kenobi, or bringing back Baze, whatever you're using. He really can be a viable character. This is mine. I bumped over to mine so you could see him. But he is something you should think about starting to work towards, especially for the light side territory battles. Then the next one is your Resistance. You have told me that you just recently Zeta'd Finn, which is awesome. You take Finn, R2-D2, Poe Dameron, Resistance Trooper, and until you get BB-8, which I'll get to in a minute, your Resistance Pilot. I would gear up. You don't got to gear him up high. He's already 7 stars. Maybe get him to gear 8, and he helps you out in that team. But really, all you got to do is take in Finn, Poe, and Resistance Trooper, and you can put in 2 other tunes you want. You could even take in a Hera. She exposes on her basic. You can plug and play any 2 tunes you really want, as long as you have the Finn Zeta with Poe and Resistance Trooper. Which brings me to the last one, your First Order. Alright, looks like you're working on farming them up, but you should really, next time BB-8 comes around, unlock BB-8, get him up, even if you unlock him at 5 stars. That means in light side territory wars, you can put your territory battles, you can put your Resistance in there with a 5-star BB-8 until you can't use them anymore. First Order Stormtrooper and First Order TIE Pilot are very hard farms. They're annoying as hell, but very worth it. So DarthTyrannus, there it is, buddy. I really apologize for the long wait. And thank you, Super Zen, for helping me out. So you asked about your 2 Zetas that you were holding on to. First one is you're going to do your Darth Nihilus, and your second one will be Thrawn. Your ships you are going to continue to work on. Make the changes I suggested, and it will definitely get you up into that top 20. You might have to climb a little bit every day, but it'll get you to that top 20 to get you some crystals. You're going to work on your Captain Han Solo. You're going to work on getting CLS next time around. BB-8, your First Order. Captain Han Solo, and your resistance. It gives you a lot to focus on. You know what you want to do. Just continue to do what you're doing. You're making great improvements every single day. You got your galactic power above 1 million. When I first did this, you were sitting at like 880,000. So you're continuing to improve every day. Work on those mods. All right. So this should give you some direction to go. I really hope it helped. Again, I'm super sorry for the delay. I'm going to start cranking out a little bit more of these now that I have some more time. All right. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Sorry for the length, but we had a lot we had to go over. Everybody have a great one. May the Force be with you. Best community in the world, guys.